Broadcasting from Slough. Streaming around the world.
This is Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio. Oh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
The podcast.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Hello, welcome to the best bits of Atom Radio's Drive Time. We have made it to episode 100, a little personal milestone. Thank you so much if you have checked out even one or two others of the 100. Here we go, though, the 100th time we are looking at the best bits of Drive Time. And do you know what? Like, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. If you listen to the show on atomradio.co.uk, then thank you to you. And if you have listened to any of these podcasts, I thank you very much indeed for the time. And I hope you found the show fun and the podcast fun as well. On the way today, we have a ketchup conundrum. We have places you've got stuck, or indeed wish you'd got stuck. An inappropriately public poo is on the way as well. And an outrageous proposal. All that and more is on the way right here on the best bits of Atom Radio's Drive Time. Episode 100 kicks off right now. Enjoy this one even more than the others. AtomRadio.co.uk. Bad news, by the way. I can't find where it is you're supposed to keep the ketchup. Now, this goes back to a tweet exchange last week where somebody asked, where do you keep your ketchup? And I was honest and said that I put it in the fridge. The government here in the UK, their watchdog, has commissioned a list, an A to Z, of where you should store things. I mean, is this really good use of money? I can't even find ketchup in the news article about it. I'm going to have to go, I think, and scour the whole list and see whether I can find it or not. Even though I probably will still keep ketchup in the cupboard anyway.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
Over the weekend, I was talking to a friend of mine about nice places, and there is a lovely place in Maidenhead which is not far from here where we are. Okay, Raymill Island. If you live locally, you'll know it. It's beautiful, it's idyllic. It's just by the River Thames. There's a little island, you can walk around there. There's plenty of places to sit, have a picnic. There's the weir to see, and it's really, really lovely. And I was just saying, be careful, because on the gates there is a sign that says these gates will be locked at dusk. Now, I remember when I was about 14 or 15, I'd taken my dog for an evening walk there, and off we went, strolling round, and we sat down for a little while, and we just looked at the weir, and I thought, right, we'll go home now. And the gates were locked. They had locked the gates. I have no idea when dusk is, but these gates were as locked can be. And I thought, right, well, I can climb over. I could use the fence and climb over the gate and get out. But what do you do with the dog? So in the end, it was a complete nightmare. It took me about an hour to be able to get someone to come and open the gate so I could get the dog out. What a nightmare. So what is the strangest place that you have got stuck? I got stuck on an island because I didn't know when dusk was. On air at atomradio.co.uk, what is the strangest place that you have ever got stuck in? Could be anywhere. I tell you what, actually, thinking of that, I'll tell you somewhere else that I managed to completely not get stuck in.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
Monday's Drive Time. 4:16, I asked you about places that you had got stuck following me getting stuck on an island behind locked gates. Nicole says, I did once get stuck in the toilet and have to phone my friend because I went in and I put the door shut behind me and I just couldn't shift the bolt thing to open it again. I don't know what happened. Do you know what, Nicole? That kind of ties in with the other place that I didn't get stuck. I took my son on the train the other day to Windsor. So we left Slough on the train and I thought I'm just going to go to the loo because the one at the station was closed. So I'm going to go to the loo on the train. So I'm in the loo and I press the door close button, all closes. And then I turn the thing to lock, shows me door locked. So I was like, okay, turn my back on the toilet. I've got door locked up on the display, turn my back on the door. And I start going to the toilet and there I am doing what you have to do, standing up, having a wee in the toilet when all of a sudden, psst, and the door is opening behind me. And there's nothing I can do because I'm in mid-flow. I think that's even more embarrassing than actually getting stuck in somewhere.
Mark Denham.
You know how we're having a heat wave here in the UK at the moment and people are flocking to beaches? I don't want to get into the social distancing elements of flocking to beaches, etc., etc. But what I do want to pick up on is the pictures that are emerging of rubbish and stuff left on the beach from the weekend. Okay, now rubbish, it's not right, but I can understand it. You drop litter and you can't be bothered to pick it up because you're bone idle. I can understand it. Also, though, however, pictures have emerged of poo. Oh, come on. How on earth? Like, the beaches were packed. There were loads and loads of people on the beaches at the weekend. Social distancing may or may not have gone out the window. How on earth do you squat down and just have a dump on a beach without anybody noticing?
Mark Denham on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
I'm just looking at an article here. The weekend saw record temperatures across the UK as we all roasted to a crisp with the hot weather set to continue for parts this week. Well, it is continuing. We know that. 33 degrees at 13 to 4. Sunscreen is key, as you know, to protecting your skin. But what do you do if you sunburn your genitals? How on earth do you manage that? I mean, surely, unless you're like in your garden, which is in the middle of nowhere, there has to be some form of decency involved, doesn't it? How would you manage to sunburn your genitals?
Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
Flash floods did sweep across Wales yesterday. There's not lovely. Aberystwyth was hit with an influx of rain yesterday at around 3 p.m, leaving the town in several centimetres of water within 20 minutes. That was a horrible Welsh accent, wasn't it? I've never been to... Well, actually, I have. I've been into Wales and I've spent about 2 minutes in Wales driving from England to England, but you had to get there through Wales. That's the only time I've been through Wales. Sorry about that, Welsh people.
Mark Denham.
About this proposal then. I mean, this is quite a big proposal, this. A man has asked his girlfriend to marry him. That happens all the time, and hopefully a lot of people say yes. The 52-year-old man is called Ricky Ash. He is a professional stuntman, and he decided to get down on one knee to propose to his girlfriend, coronavirus nurse Katrina Dobson. She's 48. She was left speechless, but eventually regained her composure enough to say, yes. Well done, you two. Now, this is it. This is the absolute killer bit. And it could be if you get this wrong, by the way, so don't do it. But if you do, don't do it. The real, starring bit of this proposal is that Ricky is a professional stuntman. He decided to get down on one knee while his back and his legs were covered in flames. That's amazing, isn't it? Like, I'm looking at a picture here. This guy is on fire while he's proposing to his girlfriend. That's going above and beyond, isn't it, really? I love you this much, I'm on fire to say, will you marry me? Please don't do that unless you are a trained stuntman. Even then, don't try it.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
Do you know, every now and then we get lovely emails, right? And thank you so much if you take the time to email, and a lovely one. Hello, Christian. Thank you so much for your email. Man, why do you keep moaning about the heat? Do you love the sound of your own voice that much? Christian, I can tell you absolutely anybody who knows me knows that I love the sound of my own voice.
Mark Denham.
Drivers in Hertfordshire have become very confused. Here in the UK, we drive on the left-hand side of the road. However, there's a bit of a problem in Berkhamsted, in Hampshire, involving a roundabout. People have painted one of these little roundabouts, not a proper roundabout, just a painted circle in the road. Now, most people know what to do with those, but they paint arrows around them. This one in Berkhamsted, however, causes a lot of confusion because the arrows are painted the wrong way round. All right, who's done this? You've only got one job. paint one of these naff little mini roundabouts and you manage to paint the arrows the wrong way round, that's a great help to everybody you're driving on the road. Don't forget to follow the highway code. Just ignore the actual road markings and then you'll be safe.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
I did tell you I would tell you what the most useless invention ever label has gone to. Some great things are invented and other things you just sit there and you think, why? Where did you get the idea from? It'll cost you £5,500 to buy something from a Chinese tech company called Xiaomi. They built a transparent OLED TV. The 55-inch TV has been unveiled as a new way to consume visual content previously only seen in science fiction films. However, the responses to this have been savage, with people calling it the most useless invention ever, seeing your TV pictures float in midair, and when the TV's off, you can see straight through it as well. Now, I must admit, I don't get the point to that because most people put their TV on the wall anyway.
Yeah! Mark Denham. AtomRadio.co.uk.
Atom Radio plays ACDC. Are you ready for a good time? A toddler certainly is. She found condoms in her mum's bag and now refuses to give them back, claiming that they are a goodie bag.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
If you are a TikTok user, which I'm not, I don't get TikTok and I make no secret about it. If you are a TikTok user, Facebook is apparently coming up with a TikTok rival after users have spotted short videos that resemble the Chinese-owned app facing a ban in the US. That's all the world needs, another TikTok. AtomRadio.co.uk. As I said at the start, thank you so much indeed if you have listened to any of these podcasts. Do you know, I was even thinking, actually, I want a week off, but I thought, no, I can't, because then it's going to delay episode 100 of the podcast. I've done it now. I'm happy. Little personal milestone achieved. With that milestone achieved, it is back to work on Monday on Atom Radio with Monday's Drive Time, kicking off at 3 p.m. across the UK, whatever time that is, wherever you are in the world. You will be very welcome, as indeed you always are. And as I say, thank you for checking out the podcast. You can subscribe if you follow the link on the social media on Atom Radio UK. You'll get all the podcast directories that you can subscribe to on your iPhone, on your Android phone or whatever. And then you'll get automatically notified the moment a new episode drops and you can check out our future podcasts. Be back on Monday, 3 o'clock. We'll do it all again on Atom Radio for another week of Drive Time, Monday to Friday, 3 until 7. Heat wave or no heat wave. I think it's a bit cooler this week as well. So join me Monday on Atom Radio.
Atom Radio. Playing the music you want to hear.
Check out the show back on Monday on atomradio.co.uk, and don't forget you can subscribe on iTunes, on Spotify and on Google as well. Keep yourself well.
Atom Radio.